Hello, Marlene here. I made some royal icing transfers with the help of this template. You'll find it in my group, and you can make all your decorations in advance, let them dry overnight, and then you can just quickly attach them to your little cookie, whatever. This is a little gingerbread house, a 3D scene that I'm making. And you can see here on the roof, I added some gray icing, which I coated in sanding sugar. I really like the addition of sanding sugar, especially on cookies for Christmas. It gives them a nice shine. And here I'm just finishing off the roof line with that same gray icing, but I only wanted the sanding sugar in that first area, and that's why I worked in that order. On the actual cookie, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of detail since most of it is royal icing transfers. It's just this little window, and then I'm flooding the whole cookie in one color. You can do two colors if you want, but the holidays is all about being as productive as you can. If you're mixing multiple colors, that takes extra time. So I'm just adding one flat color, and then once it's dry, I'll be attaching my pieces. You can drop transfers in wet icing, but red can be problematic. That can cause bleeding, and so when you add your transfers to this wet icing, if say they're white, well, they could absorb the red and become like kind of a washed out pink, so not ideal. Here I wanted to have a candy cane kind of look on the edge of the roof line, and so that gray behind was only to give a base so that I could add this white icing. I want it to be higher up than the red area. And so by doing it this way, I've got it a little bit kind of in the foreground, and I wanted the gray background just again because I was worried about that red bleeding. Before you start your cookies, try to have a plan. You can sketch your cookies out on paper, and it gives you a really clear idea of what you're supposed to be doing, because when you're looking at the cookies are baked laying in front of you, your mind can go blank. And then you're like, oh, what do I do now? So if you've sketched it out when there was no stress, usually your concept comes a little bit more easily, and then you can work. You can see here how quickly the house comes together with the use of royal icing transfers. The great thing about transfers also is you can pick out the best ones. If you're a beginner, you're bound to have some duds, so you can pick out the ones you really like. I decided to add some snow to my scene. This is Christmas after all. I know not everybody gets snow, but it is very festive looking, and so I'm just adding a chunky line of white icing. I did sprinkle it in disco dust to give it a little shine. If you'd like the full step-by-step tutorial and template for this project, you'll find it in my Cookie School group. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next cookie tutorial.